Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? Welcome to my channel. I am Nahkila Isha of AshworthScott Life Sculpting, and I am so excited to be doing this video because you guys know that I have been down and I haven't been doing any visual videos lately. I actually have been resting and recovering, and I'm super excited to let you know that December, the first Wednesday in December, let me see, I believe it's the second. Let's be sure. December. Yes, December 2nd, we will be resuming Empower Hour, Wednesday Live Empower Hour, but the new time will be 5 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so I have physical therapy 3 days a week. Wednesday is one of those days. So we will be doing Wednesday Live Empower Hour every Wednesday starting December 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern time. That is our new time. Okay, so if you haven't joined us ever, join us. And if you have joined in the past, please join us for the new time. But you know what? Today, I'm being led to talk to you about something. And oftentimes we think about sexually transmitted diseases, right? When we have sexual encounters, right? And I'm not saying like you're running around with dirty D or dirty P, messing with that kind of person. But what I'm saying is it's a real thing. It's known inquiries, known knowledge, known whatever, right? But something that we don't talk about very often is sexually transmitted energy. And Spirit is telling me to talk to you about that. So oftentimes, when we're intimate, we just think, oh, it's great for reproducing, or it's great just to have a great feeling, or it's great to connect with someone. And let's touch on that topic of connecting. Everything is energy, and energy is transferable. And the most transferable energy happens during sexual intercourse. So what Spirit was telling me to talk to you about is it's super important that we are mindful who we share ourselves with, who we either enter or allow to enter us, right? Because whatever we or they are feeling, that energy comes in and it combines with ours, right? So let's just say they or you are vibrating low, right? Energy is contagious already. So when you're having that energy enter into you, it's not only contagious, it's being transferred into your energy, right? And it's really weird how this works because positive energy or high vibrating energy, we would think that would be the easiest energy to transform, right? The low vibe or the negative energy, we would think it's easier to transform that into positive, but it's actually the opposite. So when you bring this low vibrating energy into the mix, it begins attacking your energy, right? You may begin to notice that you're taking on characteristics like that person. Does that person not feel worthy? But maybe you've done your healing and you feel worthy and you know your worth, but now all of a sudden you're starting to doubt yourself, your abilities, right? Or are you a happy, compassionate person and maybe that person tends to be angry and they tend to look at things as the glass half empty, or be a little pessimistic, and now you're starting to find yourself being a little more pessimistic, right? You get the picture. So it's like you're taking on that energy. Now you may also find that that person may normally be a little down and out, a little depressed, or they may usually vibe a little low, but now they're vibing a little bit higher than normal. They've got your energy and you've got theirs, right? So the thing is, when you are allowing yourself to intertwine energies, Spirit is not telling me to promote celibacy unless you have been personally guided by your highest source of power to be celibate. Spirit is not telling me to promote anything except awareness, right? Awareness, being aware so that you can make a choice and a decision based on what serves your highest good. And what I'm being told to tell you is right now we're really in an energy where Spirit is saying it's time to clean it up. So think about the holidays are coming, right? Personally, I don't celebrate holidays, but I know many of you do. So what happens usually when the holidays are coming and you're having guests over? You clean up, right? You clean up. Everything is in its best shape and form. Even if you already keep things clean, you go through and you clean it even more, right? And so Spirit is saying you do that in preparation. So right now we're in an energy where we are being called to prepare, right? What are we being called to prepare for? Those guests. Who are those guests? Those guests whose souls are ready for us to serve them, right? And we can do all the work and we can do all the healing and we can be on a solid path of maintenance. But sometimes there's certain things we just don't think about and we just don't consider. And what Spirit said, sexually transmitted energy. A lot of people aren't considering that. And also, sexually transmitted energy can allow you to stay in toxic love, right? When you know that you deserve love in its highest and purest form. So sometimes you may just think there's something wrong with me and I'm not on the track that serves me, and Spirit is saying a lot of times it's just that sexually transmitted energy you just got caught. You just caught. And unfortunately, there's not a pill for that, right? So Spirit is just saying be aware, be mindful, right? Be mindful. Is there anything else? I'm being told to tell you. Also, you don't have to wait for love when you create love within yourself, right? That's huge. You don't have to wait for love when you create love within yourself. And what Spirit is also telling me to tell you, the way you create a deeper love with yourself is you begin practicing self-love. You don't compromise your desires. You don't compromise what serves you. You don't compromise in a way where you diminish your worth for the sake of connection, energy, relationships, or love, right? That is toxic love. So Spirit is just saying it's time to do some cleanup, right? It's time to just be aware. It's time to just be mindful. Sexually transmitted energy is real. It is a real thing. And you are being called to think about that. Think about that. You know, often I'm also being told to tell you too, oftentimes you may be married and you may say, I don't got to worry about that. But if your significant other is in a mood, right? And then you guys are intimate, next thing you know, you're in a mood. So even if you are married or you have a significant other, whether it's the traditional marriage or a spiritual marriage, whatever the case may be, Spirit is saying sexually transmitted energy is still something for you to consider, right? It's still something for you to consider. It's time for us to raise our energy, to vibrate higher to our highest possible capacity, right? Our highest possible capacity. Spirit is not saying to go over your threshold, like, you know, where I'm just like gonna push, push, push because where I'm at is not good enough. But what Spirit is saying is to accept and acknowledge where you are is exactly perfect and where you're called to be. But what Spirit is telling you is to be aware of all the things that can take you from where you've progressed to and take you back to where you've already come from, right? Back from where you've already healed, right? Remember when we had that message that came through about not allowing habit, right? Not allowing habit to take us back. So that's what's coming through as well. So that's the message that I have for you today. There is nothing else coming through. I thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. And I am looking forward to serving you even deeper. If you haven't subscribed already, click the link in the description box. Please go ahead and do so. I thank you and I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon.